introduce yourself and which medium you are representing. The good thing is that the coach is multilingual. He can answer questions in for English, French, and even Belgian. If you want to ask, the unfortunate thing is he cannot speak Korean.
Korean, not yet.
Yeah. So yes, coach, it's all yours now.
Belgian has 3 languages: yes. French, Dutch, and German. Good afternoon. You said good evening, but I keep good afternoon. Bonjour tout le monde. Comme lui a dit, pour les Sénégalais, je peux parler français après. Mais maintenant, je commence en anglais, notamment pour les Gambiens. I said I was going to speak French for the Senegalese, but I will start in English for all the Gambian journalists here. First of all, thank you very much all for being here. It's fantastic to see your faces again after AFCON. It's good to be together. We are here by the start of a new qualification. Very difficult, I think, after what we experienced in AFCON, where no one expected us to be successful. Where no one expected us to be successful like that, 6th position quarter-final. Now, the chance of being the underdog is gone. We play against South Sudan, who are maybe now the new Gambia, and we are now the bigger one on the list. What brings a new kind of football, a new kind of stress, a new kind of preparation to the team. We have had a successful training camp in Dubai the last week, where we played against number 68 in the world, Emirates, a good 1-1 draw. The first time in history that Gambia got a point against a non-African team. So again, a fantastic achievement. Later, some players were added, some players came because there were absentees. And we have now a full squad of 24 players available. Let me first address that I'm a little bit disappointed that many of the called-up players didn't come. Some of the boys have a good reason, injury, but some others preferred their club duty ahead of national team, and that's really disappointing. We had good training sessions. The mood is good in the camp. Well, we know that we're going to face a decent, strong opponent. The time that countries win 4-5, 6-0 is past. And South Sudan was always in the qualification rounds. They always went through the pre-qualification. And even in the last qualifiers, they lost only 1-0 from Mali, 1-0 from Burkina Faso, 2 teams who reached, one was 4th on AFCON, and the other reached the quarter of the second round in AFCON. So it won't be a walkover. We have to be very focused. We played last year in October in Morocco against them. We won 2-1. But the game of the team developed very much from South Sudan. And actually, they are very motivated. It's a team who play quite aggressive, positive aggression, just on the limits, with a lot of running capacity, with quality players. Several players play of them abroad, in Iran, in Australia, United States, but also with local-based setup who train a lot together. It's a very motivated team. Now we are the Algeria, the Morocco, the Tunisia, and they are the Gambia. So we have to be very careful that we don't have the same trap as what we tried to get the big teams in. We need to get 3 points. That's our aim and ambition. We play at home, away from home, but it's home. Tomorrow we have to be ready from the first second, because it will be a tough battle, and any victory will be very welcome. Because then we can go with a different mindset to Congo Brazzaville. But it will be difficult. Don't underestimate South Sudan. It's a good team, respect the team. 161 in the world, similar ranking that where we were 1 year ago. We were 1 year ago 157. So there's not so big difference between South Sudan and Gambia 2021. But we need to be ready for tomorrow and try to keep the points in the hole. Yeah. Questions?
Okay, questions?
Bonjour, coach. Je m'appelle Papa Moumoundo, journaliste à la RTS. Voilà, ma question va dans le sens, est-ce que vous êtes satisfait de votre camp de base et comment vous trouvez l'accueil? Est-ce que toutes les conditions sont réunies pour jouer un bon match de football pour vous?
C'est une bonne question. Je dois dire que je suis très content d'être ici. Pour moi, c'est la première fois que je suis au Sénégal. C'est ma 34 pays en Afrique que je visite, mais c'est la première fois que je suis ici. J'ai des amis belges qui m'ont dit que le Sénégal est fantastique, très développé et très moderne. Et je ne suis pas surpris parce que tout le monde m'a dit ça et c'est vrai. C'est fantastique d'être ici. C'est un très bel pays avec des personnes très gentilles et très bien organisées. On est dans un hôtel qui est bon, mais pas comme à domicile. On va aller 1 heure avec l'autobus pour l'entraînement, 1 heure, une fois, 1 heure, 2 fois. C'est pas optimal. Et naturellement, c'est jamais domicile parce qu'au Gambie, on connaît tout, on n'a plus d'influence dans presque au manche, c'est plus facile d'entraîner dans le stade. Mais le stade est bon, le pelouse est bien, on ne peut pas changer ça. Dans la situation qu'on ne peut pas jouer à domicile, on est content d'être ici et le Sénégalais a fait tout pour créer notre maison ici. On est content avec ça. Oui.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Coach. Yeah. Nice to see you again. Hope you are making prayers after having a fantastic AFCON, finishing the 8th position, and therefore you play with South Sudan, who is a new team, I would say, in African football. And you mentioned that they are not underdog. They play with some teams. The Ghanaians are expecting them to have maximum, at least in these 2 games, maximum of 6.04 points. So I'm not impressed because of now everyone have Ghana is a big team. They finished last week. So coming this game against South Sudan, I'm not impressed.
Did you say that we ended 8? We ended 6 now.
6, yeah.
Very important. The coaches are always under pressure and players are always under pressure. When I started 4 years ago my journey with the Scorpions, Gambia had not won 5 years in a row a competitive match. The last competitive win for Gambia was September 2013 against Tanzania. Everyone expected us to win against Algeria, to win against Togo. I remember my 3rd game we lost against Togo and people were throwing stones and bottles at our head. So in Gambia, the coach is always under pressure. Everywhere in the world, you need to win, you want to win. So there's no pressure external, we have our pressure internal. We are athletes, we want to win, that's our ambition. We want to be the best all the time. But there's also a risk to be arrogant. For me, it's very important to stay humble, to have respect. Also Algeria, also Morocco, also Tunisia, they thought they would win against small Gambia. And they were surprised. If we would think we're going to win against South Sudan and disrespecting our opponents, we will lose. So it's very important to respect opponents. The time of big victories is past. There are no small nations in African football, in the world of football even. So it's a tough game, but we want to win. Naturally, we had a sweet taste of AFCON and we want to be there in Ivory Coast in 2023. But to qualify, it will be quite important to get the points at home, the 3 points in all the home matches. And if we can steal then something away, then I think we are on the road to qualify again. But tomorrow, we focus on tomorrow. It will be a tough game. Like you said, we are not anymore the underdog. And we need to be focused. The game starts in the first minute, and I know South Sudan will play very aggressive. We have 90 minutes to score 1 goal more than South Sudan, and inshallah we can do that.
Yeah, that's all right.
But maybe you have someone who comes yet?
Can I come in?
Yes.
Yeah, coach. The South Sudan coach just mentioned here that the last time you played with him was in Morocco. And he was not the coach. You managed to win 2-1. And he also attested that you have the best player. That's supposed to be Musa Barrow and other players. But come tomorrow, he will attack you.
Yeah, I know Stefano very well. Stefano and I are friends. We chat when we were in the draw. We message each other. I have huge respect for Stefano. We have similar careers. He worked in different countries. He's a fantastic guy and a great coach. And as a coach, he has the ambition to win. That's normal, that's good. It would be ridiculous if he would say that he's here to lose against us. It will be a tough match. He has a good team. The players of South Sudan, for the people who don't know, are physically quite strong, tall guys. And they run, and they never stop running. It's really crazy. I don't know what they eat, but they run and run and run. And it's amazing. It's amazing. The passion they have, it's fantastic. And I have to say that the government of South Sudan is supporting their team fantastically. They have a top brand clothes sponsor with Macron. It's an international brand what Macron, what Bologna, Sampdoria has major teams in Europe who wear this brand. Their government invests a lot of money in the team, the improvements, the training camps. So there's a whole society, a whole country is behind their national team. So it will be very tough. They have a good team. We know their strengths and qualities. We don't underestimate them. We trained, especially tactically, like they play. We did that yesterday, for instance. Today we had the analysis of them. So we explained to players what they could expect tomorrow. And like I said, we need to be 100% ready for this game. Our players need to be focused, because if we think probably we have more quality, but quality doesn't win games. Otherwise Manchester City would have won already 6 Champions League titles, and they don't win it. So it's more than quality in football. It's about passion, it's about determination, it's about fighting spirit, it's about love for the country and dying for the country. And if we have the same spirit as South Sudan, we win. If our spirit is less, we could fail and maybe not win.
Right, Mohamed. You have the prospect of playing in front of a large crowd supporting the team. How important will it be for your team to have the support against a very motivated South Sudan side?
It's a difficult question. As a player, as a coach, you always want to play for public. Playing in AFCON, a lot of crowd, as earlier also said. In AFCON, there were a lot of Gambian fans celebrating the team, and that was a fantastic impulse. But we qualified without fans. Don't forget that in the last qualification, we played a draw at home with DRC with fans. We won at home without fans against Gabon, and we won at home without fans against Angola. So we need fans who support us, who support the team, who celebrate the team, who, even if it's difficult, be there for the players, because sometimes I see in our media and reactions of Gambians disrespecting Gambian players. We are all Gambians, all the boys who are selected, they are all Gambians, and they're all there for the country, and the fans need to stay behind them. Even if we have a setback maybe tomorrow, stay behind them, and then it's nice to celebrate football together. Just what we did in AFCON. A lot of Gambian fans were there, and it was fantastic. Be there to support the team, to help the team. That's the most important thing.
I wanted you to go back to the question our brother from Senegal asked. I think he wanted to know how you and your team are feeling having to play in a supposed home match, but fortunately both you and your supposed visitors are strangers here. I imagine you yourself, in your home match, you have to ask for directions to go to your hotel. The Gambia Football Federation and Gambians want to make it a situation so uncomfortable that so you can feel at home, bring in fans, etc. You told our brother in French how you are settling down, even though you are playing at home away. I want you to do this in English.
Okay. Yeah, let me first say it's never home. Home is Gambia. Home is Ocean Bay Hotel. Ocean is Bako Stadium. That's home. That we last 4 years played our games. We know the pitch inside out. We know the dressing room inside out. We know the circumstances. We know exactly how many seconds and minutes we drive from the stadium to the hotel and back. We know exactly when we ask the hotel to make food, that it's the right food. We know exactly what we can expect. There's only one home, and that's the Gambia. That's our home. But in the circumstances that we can't choose to play home, and let me say that, to my knowledge, about 26 African countries can't play home because a lot of people, fans, and in a political year as this year, like to abuse this to say from, oh, it's a scandal. 26 African countries, even the number 4 of Africa, Burkina Faso, doesn't play at home, and many others like us. So it's not something to blame a federation for. Not on the short term, maybe on the long term, yes. But we can't play at home, so I can cry about it that it's not home. But we have to accept it. We are in Senegal. These are our brothers. Senegalese people are fantastic, are close to us. We are in a decent hotel, a little bit too far away to be home because an hour bus makes in this heat players a little bit lazy, sleepy. I can tell you that no, but it's even scientifically proven that if you sleep, your brain needs 3 hours to be awake. So if a player falls asleep in the bus, he will be not starting fit on the game because scientifically the blood circulation takes 3 hours for your brains to be up to level. And there are details. If you have to drive 5 minutes from the hotel to the stadium, or you have to drive an hour in a warm bus, it's a difference. But we can't change it. The pitch is good, the stadium looks nice, the people are friendly, the hotel is okay. So how much I cry, how much I shout, how much I laugh, I can't change it. It's out of my control. The only control I have is these 23 boys on the pitch, to work with them and try to get them ready physically, mentally, tactically for tomorrow's match. And more I can't do.
Okay.
Bonsoir. Moi, c'est Eladji Bishna Sad. Félicitations d'abord pour votre première campagne. Vous avez amené l'équipe de la campagne jusqu'en quart de finale, ce qui a été vraiment une grande sensation. J'ai l'impression que vous avez bien préparé la campagne. Comment comptez-vous préparer cette campagne pour les éliminatoires de la prochaine CAN? Ma deuxième question, est-ce que vous allez maintenir votre effectif ou bien l'effectif sera au fur et à mesure amélioré
Ouais. Naturellement, j'ai commencé en 2018. Après le premier match, l'ancien entraîneur a fait le premier match contre Bénin. Et après, j'ai fait mon premier match contre Algérie, presque 4 ans passés. Et on a changé directement les résultats. On a créé un groupe de joueurs. Gambie a beaucoup de bons joueurs. Mais plusieurs fois, ce n'est pas un groupe. Maintenant, on a créé un groupe de joueurs qui sont des amis qui veulent battre pour leur équipe nationale. On a changé les tactiques et je dois dire merci aux fédérations pour donner l'option pour développer l'équipe, mais aussi le staff. On a commencé très limité avec un staff peu amateurisme et maintenant on a un staff très professionnel et ça aide dans les résultats. Notre dernière qualification, on a joué la pré-qualification contre Djibouti, on a quelques problèmes avec Djibouti, mais après on a gagné notre groupe avant Gabon, RD Congo et Angola, c'est fantastique. Jouer la CAN, c'est une expérience on veut, et naturellement c'est fantastique pour la Gambie, et aussi félicitations pour Sénégal pour être champion d'Afrique pour la première fois, c'est fantastique. Mais naturellement, maintenant tout est changé. Maintenant, nous ne sommes pas le surpris, nous ne sommes pas le underdog, nous ne sommes pas le petit pays. Maintenant, tout le monde pense qu'on peut être champion du monde. Et c'est aussi un risque, c'est très dangereux parce qu'on est toujours la même équipe, on est toujours 123 au FIFA ranking, on est toujours le plus petit pays en Afrique, les Eswatini et Sud-Soudan sont plus grands que nous. Mais on a l'expérience du CAN et on va voir que les joueurs sont prêts pour confirmer les prestations du CAN. Maintenant, c'est peut-être plus difficile avant, mais on a créé un groupe stable. La majorité a joué le CAN. Il y a quelques nouveaux noms qui sont là et je pense qu'on a les qualités. On manque quelques joueurs, c'est dommage qu'on manque quelques joueurs très importants, mais j'ai beaucoup de confiance dans l'équipe qui est là. Et on doit être réaliste, on joue pour une victoire avec beaucoup de respect pour l'adversaire. Et quand on bat, tout est possible. Et c'est maintenant important de commencer la qualification avec 3 points. Et après, on va voir le prochain match. Mais maintenant, c'est seulement le premier match qui compte.
Clear. Non, clear, la réponse à ça.
Marcus, you can also ask tricky questions
No,
about selection or something.
any injury word, and which type of tactics are you use to
Injuries?
injury word, football?
No, at the moment everyone looks fit. It's really, let me come back to that. It's a little bit sad that we miss a few important players. Hamza Berry, because I saw some communication about it. Hamza Berry was always confirmed to come. I had talking to him, he's top player, he was finally fit. His club informed us last week, Thursday, that his visa in the United States is not ready to travel out of the country. So it's not GFF who is responsible for passports or anything. It's not something we could do. The invitations are sent 15 days before the start of the camp, and then his club informed us too late about his visa not being able to travel out. Ibu Adams say he is injured. I don't know the reality. Modou Barrow say he is injured. Dembo Darbo got injured. We saw it on the television footage. He's not there. Saidianko chose to play for Real Valladolid and not for us. It was his own choice not to come. Noah Sanko-Sundberg, he had an eye problem already for many months, and he had informed us more than a month ago that he needs to find some consultations with doctors in Sweden and abroad to find out what the problem is. Last week we called up Alassane Mane, who refused to come to the camp. So yeah, that's a little bit all, but all the 24 players who are here are fit at this moment of time. Tactics, if I say too much, Stefano, my friend, will hear it, so I can't say, but our tactics is there, try to win the match.
So it is going to be the same as usual.
Yeah, I think we have similar players, so you know our qualities. I mean, we play, our tactics is chosen on our qualities, and we know the qualities of our players, the Musaberos, the Assassins, we know the tactics in the defense. So I don't think we're going to change too much in the tactics. We play for our quality, and the tactics will be similar.
Yeah, coach. Finally, we have our home-based players. Will it continue seeing our home-based players going to the national team?
Okay, that's a good question. I was hoping for that. Why we need to continue with that? Let me come back to you. 2003, and you know that I'm a coach who is always prepared for the best questions of my best journalists. 2003, Gambia had 15 foreign-based professionals. The players who played always abroad, and they played for the national team. Ibu Sila, Sonko, Seifo, Jata, goalkeeper. 2007, Gambia had 28 national team players who played in Europe. 28 national team players. 2007 under Martinez, Paul Put, say. Simon Dong, 2015, selected 35 foreign-based players in 2015, and Thompson Fit does exactly the same. So the fact that players go abroad is that they have quality. In Gambia, a player earns 30 to 40 to 50 US dollar. Abroad, he earns 300 in Senegal, 500 in Estonia, 1,000 in Finland, 3,000 in Denmark, 10,000 in I don't know where, and that goes up. So every Gambian player wants to play abroad. In Bangladesh, a player earns between $5,000 to $10,000. So how can you tell a player who has talent to stay in the local league and to earn little money and not go abroad? More than 150 players of Gambia, a country with 2 million people, play abroad outside Gambia. So every young talented player, look to the Musaberos, the Ibrahima College, but also to Singate and all the other players, on a young age are scouted thanks to the performances of Mataram Boch with the under 20, thanks to the performances of our senior national team. We have good results, so scouts, academies, clubs, agents come and get players from a very young age going abroad. More than 150 players play abroad. So in theory, the talented Gambian players are spotted very early, develop themselves and play abroad. And the reason they play abroad is because they have talent. Every Gambian player has a dream to play abroad. I'm not part of an agency. So if you want me to select local players to make transfers, we have the wrong coach. I will select players based on quality. Can they deliver for me on the pitch the result? Jin Fayanjai was local based player when I selected him. He made the transfer thanks to the national team to Casa Sport. Solna was local-based player, and everyone killed me when I selected Solna. In AFCON, were 8 countries without a local-based player. Even Comoros and Guinea-Bissau had 0 local-based players on AFCON. There were 4 countries or 6, I forget, with 1 local-based player. Senegal had the 3rd goalkeeper local-based player. Gambia had Solna as a local-based player. So in modern football, the majority of the players play abroad, with only a few countries. South Africa, where players earn $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, they don't like to go to Europe. Same in Tanzania. I coached Yanga. Players are in Yanga $5,000, $2,000 US plus big signing-on fees. They don't like to go abroad because they earn more. But in the rest of the African countries, players are eager to go abroad, and the majority of the players probably will be foreign-based. But once more, 2015, Sanandon, 35, 2007, 28, Martinez, 2003, I don't know who was the coach, 15. So Gambia had always a majority of senior national players playing abroad.
Thank you.
Musa, you wanted to ask a question?
Yes, I want to ask a question. Thank you very much. I just want to ask whether you are not under any sort of illusion, following on to the exploits of the national team in the AFCON, and here we are again trying to start all over again. Do you think that we can surpass our experience in Cameroon come Ivory Coast 2023?
Good question, and I think it's a very realistic question. If you think what Madagascar, they reached quarterfinal 2019 and they didn't qualify for 2021. Burundi was in 2019, they didn't qualify for 2021. And it's not a given to qualify. South Africa was not in 2021 there, even if they had the coach who became African champion with Cameroon, Hugo Broos. And so there's no guarantee you qualify. We are in a group with Mali, top nation in African football. Congo Brazzaville, at the moment 98 on the FIFA ranking, 25 positions better than us. And under 61 South Sudan. There are no easy teams. But naturally, as a coach and as a team and as a federation, we want to qualify. That's our aim, and that's a good start. If you have the ambition to qualify, that's a first start. And we will fight with everything we have on and off the pitch to reach as far as possible, but it will be a close battle. Match day 6 will decide who qualifies, because we have, in theory, on paper, 3 teams who are close to each other to qualify. And we have an underdog team in South Sudan who could be the big surprise of this qualification round. So we want to qualify. My only biggest concern is let's keep our feet on the ground. Let's start from zero. What happened in the past, how good we were, doesn't count anymore. Now feet on the ground, we start from zero and we have to prove everything again from scratch.
Yes.
Mohamed Diallo, journal Record. Quand vous avez écrit l'une des plus belles pages du football gambien, maintenant, quel est l'objectif de la Gambie pour cette campagne?
Au début, je dois dire, c'est qualifié. Maintenant, vraiment, comme j'ai dit avant, tout le monde pense que maintenant on peut être champion du monde. C'est pas réaliste, mais notre but maintenant est qualifier pour le prochain CAN, parce que j'ai dit avant le CAN avant le CAN au Cameroun, j'ai dit, au moins, c'est pas seulement ce CAN, c'est le futur du football gambien qui compte. Je veux que Gambie n'est pas seulement un miracle d'une fois. Je veux qu'on ait une équipe qui reste avec les grandes équipes en Afrique, avec pas les plus grands comme Sénégal, comme Nigeria, comme Tunisie, non, mais avec des pays comme Burkina Faso, comme Guinée-Conakry, peut-être Mali, avec l'équipe qui normalement qualifiée pour les tournois. Et ça va être notre ambition dans les prochains 10 ans, que Gambie est un pays qui plusieurs fois qualifié pour les grands tournois. Quand on est qualifié, ça va être pas facile pour les quarts finales tout le temps, mais Inch'Allah c'est possible. Et mon grand rêve comme sélectionneur du Gambie est la Coupe du Monde 2026. Il y a 9 pays qui peuvent qualifier.